Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's Sunday morning, and I thought I'd do a slightly different little video today. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the current job situation, where I'm at and where I'm hoping to go with this year. So won't be much in the way of mod talk for this one. So if that's what you're primarily here to see, feel free to skip past this video. I won't be offended. I understand that's why pretty much everyone's here, but yeah, I thought I'd give this a little bit of a shot, try recording something a little bit different. So yeah, actually while I'm here I'll give you a quick update on the nose, and then we can talk about that, and then you can shoot off if that's the way you feel. So yeah, the septum is a little bit swollen at the moment. It's not too bad now. It's been over half a week now, I think, anyway, and it's not been a particularly bad stretch at all. It got Friday night, and by the time I got back from work, it was so swollen and so red. I actually wanted to make a little video of it then because I thought it looked quite funny. It was just enormous. It was like I don't know, it was almost like a bright red ping pong ball on my nose or something. That was quite amusing. But I was so tired. I had a particularly long, busy week at work this week. I got home about 7:30 in the evening, and I think I was asleep in the living room on the sofa by about, I don't think I was even awake until 8 o'clock. And then at some point in the night I woke up and went to bed. I don't remember that at all. The next thing I remember was waking up about midday the next day, so I had about 12 hours, no, about 16 hours worth of sleep. And I'm still tired. But anyway, yeah. It's not doing too badly at all. It's a little bit tender to touch, so it makes it a bit of trouble cleaning it and whatnot. And it keeps sliding about especially because of the swelling. It keeps sliding backwards and forwards, and I can't fiddle with it too much because it's particularly unpleasant to do that. But yeah, so that's just a real quick update on there. Nothing really exciting to say. Yeah, I reckon give it another week and it'll be more or less back to normal. My nose keeps running as well. Actually, when this happens, my nose runs constantly and my eyes get a little bit puffy. I think it's just the irritation inside the nose while everything's swollen up causes like almost mild cold-like or allergy-like symptoms. But yeah, so that's good fun. So great, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's say what I particularly want to talk about this video is the current job situation. I know I don't really talk about much else on this channel, but I thought I'd as much as anything for myself, just to get it out there and to really help myself think through my next plans as such. Because as you may well know from the majority of my past videos, I worked at Tesco's for 10 years, and I finally got out of there about 2 years ago now. It's now coming up for 2 years since I left there. Let me drop the camera. There we go. It's coming up for about 2 years since I left there. And yeah, so what I do now is obviously lorry driving. I deliver gas cylinders, which is it's tiring. It's a lot of heavy lifting, and yeah, it's tiring. I do enjoy the job. I don't really have any problems with it, but after 2 years now, it's getting to the point where I'm just tired all the time, and even a weekend off isn't really enough to recover from it anymore. And I don't think that's really good for your health. I don't think it's really good for your mind. So I'm now starting to look at other options, and I have actually applied for a position, because from our depot, I work out of Bury St Evans. From our depot, we actually run cylinders, which I do, and mini tankers as well. So there's a position that's come up, a permanent position that's on tankers. I have applied for that. Apparently my interview will be around the 15th of February, so still a couple of weeks away anyway. But realistically, I'm not expecting to get that, because they've always got agency drivers working for them on both our cylinder side and on the mini bulk side of things. So they've got plenty of guys who are already doing the job via agency, who I'm sure are applying for the position anyway. So the chance of me beating anybody who's actually literally already doing the job could well have been doing it for 6 months or a year. I know I was speaking to one guy a while back and he'd been on agency doing that job for 3 years. So the chances of me actually getting the position myself, I think, is pretty slim, but it can't hurt to try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. It's not gonna put me back at all or anything if I don't get the position. But I've been thinking very much more about something slightly more further down the line anyway, and I've gone backwards and forwards between a few ideas. I've considered getting my Class 1, because at the moment I just do Class 2 lorries, which is little rigid lorries. I've been considering getting my Class 1, so actually getting my Arctic license. But I've moved a little bit away from that now. I like the idea of, had I stayed with this particular company, they have Class 1 tanker work, which is something I would have liked to do. It's reasonable money and not, again, it's not particularly physically strenuous. So that would have been something had I decided to stay with this company, or should I decide to stay with this company long term. But I don't know for certain that'll happen. Something else I've considered doing, I actually have other friends who work as the lorry drivers as well for other companies, and they've more than once I've had offers if I wanted to try and get a job that they would put in a word for me, that sort of thing, help me out get started in Class 1s. But again, I think because of the sort of job I do now, to make a real step forwards, I would need to do either something like hazardous goods in Class 1, like I do hazardous goods now, or something a little more specialised, like heavy haulage type work, or car transporters, or something of that nature. Something that's just a step above your average, just your average normal back and forth trunking type work. So I don't know if I'll go that route. Maybe it's something I'll think about further down the line. But what I've really been thinking about a lot recently is trying to get a mobile crane license. That's because there's, where I live in Ipswich, there's two very big companies in Ipswich that run mobile cranes, and there's a third big company just about half an hour's drive away as well. And it's something that every time I see one drive past, because obviously I get up so early in the morning to get to work, because it's about 45 minutes drive for me to get to work every morning, and it's not unusual for me to be driving towards work, say 6ish in the morning, and there'll be a monstrous great crane going up and down the A14 or something like that, and every single time I look at them I think they're fascinating pieces of machinery. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and yeah, it's inspiring me to actually perhaps try and get the license, or the certificate perhaps I should say. But it would require take me, well, there's a couple of different little things I'd have to do first anyway. I'd have to get I forget exactly what it's called. Anyway, it's just like a little basic labourer's card, just to show you're not absolutely useless and you're going to kill everybody. And then obviously you then have to go on to do the actual CPCS course specifically in mobile cranes. Obviously I already have my Class 2, which is what I need to drive on the road, so I've already one step there, which is handy. But yeah, it's not a cheap thing to do, and it would mean I'd probably have to take about 2 weeks off work to do the actual training course, and then of course there's always the possibility of not passing, and were I to fail, I think it's the best part of about £3,000. That's a lot of money lost. I don't have that sort of money to be losing regularly, so if I were to pass, obviously it would pay off well in the long run. It would be a step up towards a more specialised career, and earning potentials are obviously going to be much greater there than what I'm doing now. But it's a little bit scary, just because of how much more there is obviously to it. Obviously it's a lot more, not necessarily a lot more serious as such, because obviously if something goes wrong in my job, I can blow up. But I don't know, it's a different sort of serious, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully that's something I will be moving towards. I'm definitely going to at least start saving up towards it. I'll get the first little mini tests I have to do done first, I could get that book no problem. I think it's about 20 quid. I think something like that. So that's not too much of an issue. But as far as the actual crane course goes, I'm going to start saving up for it. I've got a couple of little things to get out of the way this year. Obviously, we're moving house. Fingers crossed within the next month or two. We're just waiting back for solicitors and things like that. And obviously we have to wait for the people that are in this house now to move out. Apparently they've found somewhere, and they're getting all their end sorted out. And so as soon as they move, we'll be able to finish things up and then just move in. So it might literally be in a month, might be a couple of months. I'd like to get all that out of the way first before I really start looking at other things. But I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, so let me get some coffee quickly. So yeah, obviously after that we've then got the festival season coming up, which is, I spend all year scrimping and saving and living well within my means, so that over the course of 2 or 3 months, midsummer, I can go to several different festivals and just let loose, blow off steam, and feel like I've actually been able to enjoy the money I've earned. I guess that's a good way of putting it. So that'll be the next thing, obviously, after moving house, because that all starts sort of June, July for me most years. And then yeah, after that I'll start making phone calls and sending emails and hopefully get something booked in. I know I have to put down 50% as a deposit with all the local training companies. It seems to be the same with all of them, or all the ones I've seen so far. So I'll probably have to do that. I'll probably get that 50% saved up, so roughly sort of £1,400–1,500, and get in touch with the companies, hopefully be able to book something, put the deposit down, and then save up the rest of the money ready for when I actually do the course. Like I say, I'm quite set on the idea. I really want to at least give it a go and see where it leads from there. Hopefully it won't be an enormous waste of money. Hopefully I'll actually get something positive out of it. So it'll be quite a different change of career in sort of a, like I say, a slightly more specialised direction, which is never a bad thing. So yeah, anyway, thank you for everybody who actually stuck through that, and hopefully I haven't rambled too much. So I'm still absolutely shattered from the weekend, so my mind is a little bit all over the place at the moment. And yeah, I've literally just, about 5 minutes before starting this video, jumped out of the shower as well. So yeah, I want to record a quick video while I've still got the energy and motivation to do it, before I go see family, and I need to clean all my animals in the other room, which that takes hours. So yeah, I want to get this done and out of the way, get this uploaded, and then yeah, get on with the day. So yeah, again, thank you very much if you've actually stuck through this whole video. I hope you, well, I assume if anyone did stick it through, you probably found it interesting to some degree. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different. But don't worry, this won't become a regular thing. It will be 9 out of 10 videos I post will be mod related, piercing related, etc. I have more than one little idea for videos I want to do. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. I had something else to say, but again I've completely forgotten. I have to get some more caffeine in me and I'll come back and record another video if I remember what I was going to talk about. So yeah, again, thank you for your patience. It's been a bit of fun speaking to you all. Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend, having a good Saturday and yesterday and a good Sunday today, and back to work tomorrow, I guess. And good luck for all that. Goodbye for now, thank you.